heard some numbers. There's some places around this area, $5,000 a month. And we had a customer who sold long-term care insurance. His wife had, Alzheimer's? And she just recently passed away. And he was paying, $7,500 a month for her care? Because she needed 24-hour care. $7,500 a month. But all of her needs are taken care of. So when you really think about a lifestyle, especially if you made six figures, $7,500 is really what you would be paying anyway if she was up and functioning in life. But that's just for her. That wasn't for him. But long-term care insurance can help you not go into debt or go into bankrupt. Not to mention those of us that have kids that are trying to get to college, or we hope go to college. That's why we're working on the basketball game just in case. You never know. Again, there's things that along the way, what happens in unemployment? I can't tell you how many men I've sat with, not many women, which is interesting, but I think it's just a guy thing. Mostly men that have been fired from their job and they're in their 50s. I showed up to coach basketball a couple weeks ago, and a guy that I've seen, I met him. He was up marketing himself, saying, I'm looking for a new career. I was downsized, and that was over a year ago. He's refereeing, I'm coaching, and he's over there talking to me in the middle of the basketball court about it's been almost 2 years, and I still don't have a job. So how do you make sure that you're taking care of in those things? So there's things that you can do to protect that. And it's just a circle of life insurance. It's an Allstate slide. I put it up here really just to show you that there are a couple of things. Number one, obviously we talked about budgeting and saving, and life insurance actually can help you with some of that. Again, protecting what you have, making it last for retirement, and also future need investments. And I'll share this as a side story. Denise and I have a life insurance policy on our son. We have 3 friends that have buried their kids before they were 14 years old. Ironically, one, I think had just turned 14. That kid passed away. Most of us don't think about insurance for our children. We think only about old folks. That's who needs it. But think about it. When you were 12, did you have any of the health issues that you have today? No. And it's often more difficult to get insurance as you get older. If you get a policy on a child, guess what happens? They can keep that policy for their entire life. So let's just say they end up getting diagnosed with juvenile diabetes or cancer or something that would disqualify them in their adult life for policy. They have at least something in place that you can bury them in dignity. But Denise and I took that policy out, knowing that piece, but also knowing that we want to have money available for our son to go to school for college. So the policy we have, we pay more into it. It's earning value so that when he's 18 years old, we can take $14,000 a year out for 4 years. And if that knucklehead does not go to school, I can take that money and we can go on a cruise around the world, or be a nice down payment for a house, or money to help him get started in his first business. We have to think differently about insurance and what it does and how it helps us. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to transferring wealth. Transferring wealth is the one thing that we do not do well, especially in our communities. Largely because we don't have wealth to transfer. Many of us transfer debt and the obligations that we take on. So how do we flip that script, make sure that we're creating more wealth, teaching others how to create wealth, and then transferring it? Now, the number one thing that I will tell you guys to do, and it's not nearly as painful as it sounds, but the number one way you make sure you transfer wealth is to get a will and estate plan done. Now, I've heard that many, many years, many, many times, going through it myself. It's not as difficult as it seems. You create that estate plan, and you literally are saying, if something were to happen to me, Johnita, the godmom, is going to take care of this. She's going to be the executor of our estate, so that's who they're going to contact, and she's going to be the one making all the decisions on our behalf if something happens. But the best thing is, it doesn't go to probate. When it goes to probate, money comes off the top to pay for the attorneys that have to debate what's yours, who gets what. So what little bit of money we do have in life insurance or in savings that we put aside, that gets knocked out. There's nothing left for your family members. Versus having $1 million life insurance policy that's set up for beneficiary and the property that you own getting transferred to them without them having any real issues whatsoever. So that's what I mean by, and again, if anyone has not done a will, estate plan, trust, power of attorney for your medical, let me know. We've got a great guy. It's a small firm, by far the least expensive of all that I've talked to. First quotes that I got were $3,500 or $3,600, and I think she said she could take $300 off the top. I found another guy that was like $1,800. They told me $1,200, but because we got businesses and stuff, it may be a little bit more than that. But again, $1,200 now to take care of putting all your things in order, which is what the symposium is all about, putting everything in order so that in that moment of grief, that all they have to do is celebrate your life, not figure out how they're going to make it the rest of their lives. I think it's a worthwhile investment. So instead of saving $1,000, you want to save at least $2,200 so you can get that done. Okay? All right.